Hi friends, my name's Naomi. Welcome back to my channel. So today I have a really exciting TBR video. This will be part of my September TBR, but it is separate, and if you saw the title, you know what it is. I am traveling to London and Scotland the first week of September, and I am so excited. And of course, I will be reading in London and Scotland. I don't know how much. I'm only going for a little over a week. I'm going the first week of September, so September 1st, I am in London. And I want to read books that are set in the United Kingdom. So London, I think I may have a book set in Scotland or two in there, but I want to read books that are set over there while I'm there. I have a big selection, so this isn't really my TBR. It's just a whole bunch of books that I've been wanting to read, that I'm interested in, that are set in London and Scotland. And I know a couple that I really want to take with me. I also don't want to take all of these books physically with me in my luggage, so I don't know. Maybe they'll end up in my Kindle, but I have a very long list, so I'm just going to get started. So the first book that I have is called My Oxford Year by Julia Whelan. I love my queen, Julia Whelan. She wrote a book called Thank You for Listening, and it's one of my favorite romance books of all time. And I had no idea that she had written another book, and it's called My Oxford Year. So of course it's set in Oxford, England. And I believe it's like a coming of age story about this young girl that is going to Oxford. It is a romance contemporary novel, and basically it follows American Ella, who has had the same plan for her life since she was 13 years old, and that is to study at Oxford. And at 24, she finally makes it to England on a Rhodes Scholarship when she's offered an unbelievable position in a rising political star's presidential campaign. I absolutely adore Julia Whelan. I think she's a fantastic writer and audiobook narrator, and I can't wait to listen to this. I don't have it physically, as you can see, and I'm pretty sure that Julia Whelan is the audiobook narrator for this, so I'm hoping that this is her, because I love her as an audiobook narrator. I enjoy books even more when I know they're narrated by Julia. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. This is probably a must read during my trip. This is probably the first one that I'll be picking up. So the next book that I have is actually set in Scotland, and that is The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley. This is another one that I've been wanting to read for a really long time. Lucy Foley wrote The Guest List that I loved, and a lot of people that have read The Guest List really enjoy this one as well. So I've been recommended this one because I liked The Guest List, and The Guest List is pretty much a whodunit set during a wedding, and this is basically very similar, but I guess it's a group of friends that are going hunting, like camping. Again, it's another whodunit, and it's set in Scotland. I'm really excited. Mystery thriller. And yeah, on the description here it says Agatha Christie, shivery, atmospheric, page-turning, psychological suspense vibes. So I'm really excited. Again, this is another one that I really would love to pick up in London or Scotland, most likely Scotland, but we'll see if I get to it. The next one is the reason why I made this video, honestly. So if you guys know Miss Christine Riccio from Poland Bananas Books, I've been following her for a really long time, and she wrote this book called Again But Better by Christine Riccio. My copy is signed. I met Christine about I don't know, maybe like 3-4 years ago. I still keep up with a lot of her stuff and her podcasts and everything, and I have started this book a couple of times, and every time that I start it, I'm like, wait, what if I go to London one day and I can read this in London? And it's happening. So I really want to read this while I'm in London. Basically, this novel follows a young girl. Her name's Shane. I believe it is her final year of college, and basically she is very shy. She did not make a lot of friends in college, and she thought her college experience was going to be a lot different than what happened. And basically she decides to travel abroad for her last year of college, and she's going to London. This is very much based on Christine's real life, because Christine talks a lot about how she traveled abroad for university and how it changed her life, and she did her study abroad in London. So yeah, I'm excited to finally read it because this book has been out for many years, and I'm a huge fan of Christine, and I love her, and I know that I'm biased, so this is probably gonna be a 5-star, so I'm really excited to read this one. Next up, I have 2 books that I randomly got. I went to a Bookshop that my friend Grace hosted, and I got 2 books, and they're both surprisingly set in London. So the first one that I have is Bringing Down the Duke by Eve Dunmore. I had seen this around. I believe Reagan from Purge Project read this a couple of years ago. And I've just been interested in reading it. And I also really wanted like a Regency type novel to read while I'm in London. I don't know how feasible it will be for me to read all of these books. And honestly, I don't know much about this one, but I will read the inside of this one for you guys. Alrighty, so Bringing Down the Duke is a historical fiction romance, and it is set in England 1879, and it follows Annabel Archer, and she is a brilliant but destitute daughter of a country vicar. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. And she has earned herself a place among the first cohort of female students at the renowned University of Oxford. Another Oxford story, love it. In return for her scholarship, she must support the rising women's suffrage movement. Feminists, love that. Her charge: recruit men of influence to champion their cause. Oh, interesting. Her target is Sebastian de Verra, the cold and calculating Duke of Montgomery, who steers Britain's politics at the Queen's command. Her challenge: not to give in to the powerful attraction she can't deny for the man who opposes everything she stands for. I love this. Enemies to lovers, really cute. This is a series, I believe. Yes, this is book number 1 in A League of Extraordinary Women. Excited to read it. And yeah, I just really wanted something historical and like Regency era to read while I'm in London, so I figured this is the best book. Alright, the other book that I got in that book swap is Watching You by Lisa Jewell. Another one that I have no idea what it's about, but I remember reading the inside and reading that this is set in Bristol, England, so I was definitely intrigued. So Watching You by Lisa Jewell is set in Melville Heights, one of the nicest neighborhoods in Bristol, England, home to doctors and lawyers and old money academics. It's not the sort of place where people are brutally murdered in their own kitchens, oh gosh, but it is the sort of place where everyone has a secret and everyone is watching you. As the headmaster, credited with turning around the local school, Tom Fitzwilliam is beloved by one and all, including Joey Mullen, his new neighbor, who quickly develops an intense infatuation with this thoroughly charming yet unavailable man. Hate to see it, kinda. Joey thinks her crush is a secret. But Tom's teenage son, Freddie, a prodigy with aspirations of becoming a spy for MI5, what is happening? Excels in observing people and has witnessed Joey behaving strangely around his father. That's kind of weird. One of Tom's students, Jenna, also lives on the same street, and she's not convinced her teacher is as squeaky clean as he seems. For one thing, he has taken a particular liking to her best friend and fellow classmate, and Jenna's mother, whose mental health has admittedly been deteriorating in recent years, is convinced that Mr. Fitzwilliam is stalking her. There's a lot happening in this. Meanwhile, 20 years earlier, a schoolgirl writes in her diary, charting her doomed obsession with a handsome young English teacher named Mr. Fitzwilliam. That was really confusing, and I honestly don't know what I read. I know there's a teacher, and his name is Mr. Fitzwilliam, and a lot of people like him, I guess. This sounds interesting. I did want like another mystery thriller. I do have Lucy Foley. I'm probably gonna pick that up in Scotland if I'm able to, but I thought this was a cute little addition to the TBR. Alright, so I feel like realistically that's it for me, but I did have like a couple other books that are set in London, England, that I wanted to just really quickly mention. So first off, I have The Golden Spoon. This is a cozy mystery, and it's basically set in like the setting of a Great British Bake Off, and someone is murdered. So this is a cozy mystery. And then I have Eleanor, Oliphant is Completely Fine. Don't know much about this one, but I do know that it's set in either Scotland or London, but I can't remember. I also have The Bookshop on the Corner, and this one is set in Scotland, and I'm pretty sure this is just like a cozy romance. I do have The Secrets of Hartwood Hall. This looks really interesting. It looks like a gothic romance. And then last but not least, I have Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell. Maggie O'Farrell wrote The Marriage Portrait that I really enjoyed, historical fiction. So yeah, I added all of those are just there. Most likely will not get to any of those. Not even like my main TBR. Because, I mean, we're going for like a little bit over a week. We have so much on the itinerary that I'm most likely just going to be reading like on the airplanes, on the travel. We are taking a train from London to Scotland. So, yeah, I don't know. I do want to take some of these for pictures, but I don't know which ones to take for pictures and which ones to keep on my Kindle. So, yeah, pray for me, guys. But yeah, like I said, I will be in London, in Scotland, the first week of September, and I am planning, hopefully, on vlogging it, because there's a whole bunch of really beautiful bookstores over there, so hopefully there is a vlog sometime near the future. And yeah, watch out for my September TBR. I won't be repeating this TBR, but I am co-hosting 2 separate readathons, which is crazy, and all of my TBR information and all of that will be in that video. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye!